Welcome back, bizarre creatures fans, as we trade the crushing darkness of the deep for the scorching heat and sweeping savannas of sub-Saharan Africa. Today, we focus our attention on one of the continent's most misunderstood and visually shocking birds, the formidable and frankly unsettling Marabou stork, or Leptoptilos cruménifer. This massive bird is not just large. It stands nearly 5 feet tall and boasts a wingspan that can stretch up to 10.5 feet. Rivaling the size of a small aircraft. Its appearance is starkly unique, featuring a bare, pinkish head and neck, a pale throat sac called a gular sac, and a massive, heavy, wedge-shaped beak that can measure over a foot in length. It is this unusual, bald appearance, along with its often hunched, slow gait, that has earned it the sinister nickname, the undertaker bird, or adjutant. The shocking truth is that this menacing appearance is not a random feature, but a brilliant, disgusting, and utterly necessary biological adaptation for its crucial role in the ecosystem. The Marabou stork is a primary obligate scavenger, meaning its diet is heavily dependent on scavenging carrion, specifically the rotting carcasses left behind by larger predators like lions and hyenas. The lack of feathers on its head and neck is an ingenious hygiene measure, preventing putrid blood and bacteria from clinging to and contaminating its plumage, while it feeds deep inside decaying animal bodies. If its head were feathered like other birds, the collected grime would become a breeding ground for dangerous pathogens. But its bare skin is easily sterilized by the harsh African sun. This immense bird plays a role parallel to the vultures of Africa, acting as the ultimate necessary cleaning crew, preventing the spread of disease across the continent. The Marabou stork often follows vulture packs, but its sheer size and powerful beak allow it to tear into the hides of large carcasses that the smaller vultures cannot penetrate. This opportunistic feeding also extends to the edges of human civilization, where it can frequently be found around garbage dumps, consuming waste and further preventing the buildup of organic detritus. Beyond carrion, the marabou is also a voracious generalist predator, utilizing its massive bill like a pair of tongs to snatch up anything from fish and frogs to small reptiles and even other birds' nestlings. It has a peculiar, seemingly counterintuitive behavior in the heat. It engages in urohydrosis, which means it defecates onto its own legs to cool down through the evaporation of the watery waste. This chalky white excretion, while unsanitary in appearance, serves the dual purpose of both cooling the bird down and providing a layer of natural antiseptic to prevent infections on its legs. The visible throat sac, or gular sac, hanging from its neck is often inflated when the bird is displaying or during courtship rituals, suggesting its role in communication, though its full function is still debated. During the heat of the day, you will often find the Marabou stork standing motionless with its shoulders hunched, appearing deeply contemplative, a posture that also helps it radiate excess body heat. Despite their reliance on scavenging, they are highly social animals, often forming large breeding colonies that may contain hundreds or even thousands of individuals nesting together in tall trees. Courtship involves loud clattering of their massive beaks, a deep, resonant sound, and the male and female often engage in intricate displays to reinforce their pair bond. The nesting process is a massive undertaking, with both parents constructing a large, deep nest of sticks and leaves high in the canopy to protect their vulnerable clutch from ground predators. Unlike many other bird species, marabous are surprisingly protective and attentive parents, meticulously guarding their eggs and the subsequent young chicks from potential threats. The chicks hatch out as vulnerable balls of fluff, requiring constant feeding and shade from the parents as they slowly grow into the enormous stature of the adult birds. Juvenile marabous have feathered heads and necks initially, a trait they lose as they mature and transition to a fully scavenging diet, proving that the baldness is an acquired, necessary adaptation. Their flight is surprisingly graceful despite their bulk. They are masters of gliding, using their massive wings to catch thermal updrafts and soar effortlessly for long distances across the African landscape. By soaring high above the land, they can spot large carcasses from incredible distances, guiding the entire foraging group toward a fresh meal. Historically, marabou feathers were highly prized in the fashion industry for use in hats and cloaks, leading to a period of unsustainable hunting. Thankfully curtailed by conservation efforts, their population remains stable today, a testament to their adaptability and their ability to thrive in a wide range of habitats. From grasslands and swamps to human-dominated landscapes, the Marabou stork's survival is intimately linked to the health of the African megafauna. Where the large animals roam, the stork has a food source. Scientists are now studying the microbial life in their digestive system to understand how they can safely process and consume highly putrefied meat that would be lethal to almost any other mammal. The owl. Stork often engages in kleptoparasitism, meaning it steals food, sometimes directly from the mouths of smaller vultures or other birds, demonstrating its opportunistic nature. They are also known to hunt and eat large numbers of termites and grasshoppers when available, providing vital pest control services to agricultural communities. The visual contrast between its immense, powerful body and its slender, stilt-like legs often gives the bird an almost comical or awkward appearance when standing. During the breeding season, the male marabou will undergo a slight color change, with the bare skin of its head and neck becoming more intensely flushed with red and pink, signifying reproductive readiness. The species is found across a huge geographical range, from Senegal in the west to Ethiopia and Somalia in the east, highlighting its success in adapting to diverse climates. The marabou stork provides a stark example of form-following function. Every single odd feature, from the bald head to the massive beak, is perfectly designed for its challenging lifestyle. Must acknowledge that what appears ugly or menacing to the human eye is often the most sophisticated, designed for survival in the eyes of evolution. Without the stork and its scavenging colleagues, carcasses would remain on the ground for much longer, creating hotbeds for diseases that could devastate both wildlife and human populations. It is a necessary evil, an essential cog in the machine of African ecology, keeping the circle of life moving in its most gruesome but efficient way. So, let the name undertaker bird be a mark of honor, recognizing the vital and courageous role it plays in preserving the health of the savanna. The true shocking truth is that the marabou stork is not a creature of bad omens, but a true biological hero and the indispensable sanitation worker of the African wilderness.